Sam, how are you?
I'm pretty good, Dara. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I mean, it's by the end of October, it's getting chill again, and it's almost Halloween. Happy early Halloween.
Happy almost Halloween.
Oh my God, what are you doing to do on that day?
I am going to curl up with a big bowl of candy and some popcorn, and I'm going to watch a classic, Hocus Pocus.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun. I'm going to watch a lot of horror movies because I love that. Who doesn't love a horror movie, and get scared to some degree that you just cannot go to the bathroom all by yourself. I love that. Who doesn't love that? Yeah, that's all. Enough of.
Well, I know that I don't really love horror movies, but I love that for you. Can you tell us who we have tonight?
Yes, tonight we will be having Nathan A. Fosbinder, Spicer W. Carr, and Hilmi Jaidin. You know what? So what's special about this lineup?
So this lineup has prepared a whole bunch of Halloween horror monster songs for you tonight. And we're going to get to dive right into those songs pretty soon.
Great. Can't wait. Let's go.
Hi, everybody. We are so excited to have Nathan Fosbinder here with us tonight. How are you, Nathan?
Hi, I'm good. Thanks so much for having me.
Well, we're so happy to have you. So Nathan, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. Well, I met these two at the Graduate Musical Theater Writing Program. I am a writer and performer originally from Madison, Wisconsin. Then I went to undergrad at the Boston Conservatory, and now I'm based out of New York.
And we are so happy that you're based out of New York because we get to see you. Can you tell us a little bit about your involvement with the Ratatouille musical? What did we learn from that experience, and how has that affected how you work on other projects?
Absolutely. Yeah, I jumped on like right at the end of kind of the public submissions round. I was friends with Andrew Feldman, who played Evan Hansen, through my first viral social media thing. I am the voice behind the Dear Evan Oh No videos, if anyone's familiar with that. And I knew Andrew through that, and I had worked with him on some of his own stuff, and I just thought that he would be perfect as Linguini. So I texted him and just wrote this really short version of what ended up being his Anyone Can Cook. And between our two weird fandoms, it really took off. And I deleted TikTok for a day thinking like, oh, the fame was getting to my head. And of course, that's when Daniel Mertzloff reached out to me and was like, hey, we need you. Like, we really want your song. We really want Andrew. And it was fast and furious from there. Daniel spent so much time like doing all of the music prep. He was the music supervisor, and they like wrote a version of the first verse, and I was like, can it actually be this instead? And it all happened in about like a week and a half. And then they produced it all from afar, and I just kind of got to watch it and feel famous as all these like giant stars contributed to this crazy thing. And I think what I learned the most from it, I wrote a stupid song and put it out there, and now it's like kind of what I'm famous for. And just, if you have an idea, always put it out there, because you never know who is looking exactly for your stupid idea. Asterisk to that, if you have a famous friend to help you with your stupid idea, that's an even better idea.
That was definitely not a stupid idea, and I watched that. It was a fantastic digital production. So Nathan, I think that like your creativity is over the place. Like, it's not only limiting to your songwriting, and we could see that on your social media. We could see in the videos that you just mentioned that have gone viral. So how do you release your creative energy when it comes to different kinds of content?
Yeah, that's a really good question. My brain is a little all over the place in that, like, I am a songwriter. I do write plays. Dura and I have worked on opera together, and I think I just never shut myself off to what a medium of something might be. And what I really learned at the graduate musical theater writing program is like, don't be afraid to let something be really bad the first time. And if it's not supposed to be a play, if it's supposed to be an opera or a stupid video, like you'll figure that out in the first draft. So I always just commit to whatever it is I'm doing and refine it later. And then you two being some of these people, I just surround myself with like really brilliant collaborators and people to help shape what it is. A shout out to my writing partner Molly Reisman. Like I bounce a lot of stuff off of her, and I think with the help of friends, you really figure out like what stuff is supposed to be.
That's such amazing advice, and honored to be included. I speak for Dura and I, honored to be included in that circle.
Sam, we're working on like 6 things together right now. Like you're very much the center of that circle.
Well, I'm so happy to be here, and I'm so excited to hear your songs tonight. So is there anywhere else we can hear all this work that you've been doing?
Yes. So I am at just nathanfosbinder.com. I am Fozzie Foreman on Instagram, and then Fozzie Foreman 108 on TikTok, where sometimes I post musical content and sometimes I rehash what should have happened on High School Musical, the musical, the series. It's all over the place.
Good. So without further ado, let's go to your songs. Okay?
Thanks so much for having me.
Just a tiny little prick, just enough for a vial, and we're done. That was quick. It might be tender for a while. Every day taking blood, working for the greater good. Fussy patience, scared of needles, still I do just as I should. While the work goes on, I feel something beyond. I feel a calling awake inside. I can feel it beckon from wherever it may hide. And could this calling, could it open a door to something more than minimal? Go to work, save a life. Go back home and go to bed. Tell yourself you felt alive. Ignore the existential dread. Every day all the same. Patients come and patients go. Isn't there a different path? Something else for me to know. I know there has to be more to me. Like a call far away. I can feel it whisper, sense it closer every day. Could this calling, could it open a door to something more? I've seen you before. Oh, I know just how impossible it seems. I've seen your eyes. I've heard your sorrows crying, crying, crying out in my dreams. You live in my dreams. I've known you before. I have known you
lost. I see their meaning. I see it there in your eyes. It's all in your eyes. As I look at you and I see something golden, perfectly golden to me. And the world's gone quiet.
Nothing's moving, just a chill in the air, and I'm spinning.
I feel younger
Since I spotted you there, there's no stars, there's only your eyes.
just your eyes that are golden,
She reaches from the grave to make good men her wicked slaves. She'll take your blood, she'll take your head, she'll follow you till you're dead. Sarah, 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 fear before her final breath. By cutting off her cursed head, she managed to cheat death. By cutting off her cursed head, she keeps a grip upon this land. I went back in time when I touched her severed hand. I saw the world through her eyes. She made me understand. Sarah fear heard no one, but they hanged her anyway. They called her witch for centuries, but that all ends today. We thought she was the curse. Turns out she's how we ended. She wasn't killing shady side. She was trying to defend it. So now it's up to
front of the entire town, she still stood strong, even though they called her a witch and the devil. And in front of all of them who betrayed her, she just said, the truth will come out. Maybe not today.
Maybe not today.
Maybe not tomorrow.
Maybe not tomorrow.
But it will.
And it will be your curse. The truth will come out. Maybe not today. Maybe not tomorrow. But it will, and it will be your curse. I will follow you to eternity. I will shadow you for forever. I will show the world what you've done to me. I will never let you go, never let you go, never let you go. Never! She reaches from the grave to make good men her wicked slaves. She'll take your blood, she'll take your head. By the end of this night, we'll set the world right. We'll get justice for Sarah, justice for Sarah, justice for Sarah, justice for Sarah, justice when Nicole is dead. She reaches from the grave to make good men wicked dead. Let's fuck up Nicole.
Hello, everyone. We're so glad to have Spicer Carr here with us today. Hello, Spicer. How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm doing great.
Hi, Spicer. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I'm a composer lyricist, sometimes moonlight as librettist. I am based in Philadelphia right now. I am an educator. I teach music at basically K through college. So it's quite a large breadth of students. I just graduated with my MFA at Temple University in the inaugural musical theater collaboration program. And I primarily write musical theater and opera with a bit of an emphasis on children's theater sometimes.
Oh, that sounds great. So Spicer, you identify, well, according to your bios, you identify as queer and autistic. And also we know that you are an educator. So how are those identities, shaping you as a creator?
Yeah, I like to think that people are they are more than the sum of their parts, right? So I do like to think about that with myself, with these identities. Like, that's not necessarily who I am, but it does influence, like you said, how I perceive the world. So as a neurodiverse individual, I've had to think a lot about thinking all my life, because things that people naturally do on their own has not been something that I have been able to do or am inclined to do on a regular basis. And so, since as a young child, I've had to learn how to do some basic neurological things that most people just take for granted. And so because of that, I've grown up with a great appreciation for metacognition, thinking about thinking. So as a writer, I often think a lot about, what is this character thinking about, and why are they saying this, and how are they affecting other characters, and what are the signals they are sending to other characters, and are those signals being lost? Are they being received? So I think a lot about thinking. As a queer person, I think a lot about the boxes that I do and do not fit in as a queer person, as a queer identifying man. And so I have more and more been thinking about that with my characters as well when I write songs. How are they being perceived by others? What are the boxes they are and are not fitting into? And, how does that affect them through music? And then as an educator, I like to look for the kernel of truth in every story. That sounds so cheesy, but it's true. Sometimes it smacks a little bit of a passion play. I love me a medieval mystery play as much as the next guy, but I do think that art can be incredibly useful to impart truth to people. And, I use that a lot as an educator. And I also use that as a writer and sort of look for what is the kernel of truth that we can use. My artistic idol is Kurt Weill, who worked with Bertolt Brecht. And he often talked about, how is this useful to society? What is this art going to impart to somebody? So I think a lot about that too when I write.
Yeah, I, as a fellow educator, I am constantly thinking about that. And these songs that we're about to hear are from your musical Chance the Snapper. So can you tell us a little bit about this show?
Yes, this show was born out of my thesis project in my MFA. My writing partner, Rose Freeman, read this article about this alligator that had been discovered in the Humboldt Park Lagoon. The entire city lost their mind. True story. It was a 7-day event. And they said to me, this is a musical. And I said, yes, but I have a caveat. I just want the alligator to be played by a dude, like a dude in a t-shirt who does not realize he's an alligator until everyone starts screaming at him. And it started sort of as this, how can we make this impossible story a musical that does not really seem like a musical? And it actually turned out being a very classic musical. And but it ended up being this lovely tale that talks about, how do we other people and why do we other people, traumas that we experience because of that. And we all talk about, what is home? Is home a place? Is home a thing? Do you need to be somewhere to be home? And so all while being a loving rib to Chicago as a city and a culture. Many celebrities are parodied throughout the show. Oprah is our god. We worship at the altar of Oprah. It's a great time.
I'm very intrigued by the idea of the show, and we're so happy to listen to 3 songs from them. So what if we want to hear more? What if we want to watch more? Is there any way that any platform that you put your stuff on?
Yes, so you can find me on my website, which is www.spicercarcomposer.com. So it's SPICERCARR composer.com. I'm also on SoundCloud under Spicer Carr. And I'm also on the New Play Exchange. So New Playwriting Exchange. You can find me on there as well. I should probably also caveat the 3 songs, just because some of the songs in the show don't quite make sense out of context. The first song is the opening number as the city freaks out and discovers Chance. The second song is our young heroine who befriends Chance, who's a Parks Department official who sings about feeling out of place and does not feel at home in the city of Chicago, her home city. And then the third is from the dream sequence, because it's a musical, so everyone has a dream sequence. And Chance is haunted by the ghost of Harry Carey, who scares him with the scariest thing possible for an alligator, being locked away in an aquarium for his entire life. So,
oh man, well, I can't wait to hear these songs. So let's head over to the songs. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you, everyone. I've had a great time. Can't wait for you to hear me music.
What? There's an alligator! What? He said an alligator! What? There's an alligator! Oh my god! Well, I was just carrying home 3 Italian beefs with the sweet peppers and the pickles and the dip. And I cut across the bar, took it down on the trip, and what I saw in the pond was truly beyond me.
There you have it, folks. You heard it here first.
'Cause there's an alligator. Look there, I ain't no loon. 'Cause there's an alligator right there in the lagoon. And bless my soul, as I was taking my stroll, that creepy freaking critter tried to swallow me whole. 'Cause there's an alligator
Tamale?
How on earth can I eat when there's an alligator in the park at high noon? Yeah, there's an alligator right there in the lagoon. And bless my soul, he's lurking there in the shoal. Now someone better call the frickin' animal control, 'cause there's an alligator in the frickin' lagoon.
Someone get the alderman in here.
I can assure you, citizens of the city's innocence,
But this gator's gotta go.
well, as the alderman of this hood, I want it to be understood. I agreed.
But this gator's gotta go. Yes, Oprah Almighty, this gator's gotta go.
I won't let this exotic atrocity, aquatic monstrosity, this creature of colossity with such fierce ferocity,
Talk about loquacity, pomposity, verbosity.
this animal's animosity will not scourge our city.
What about the potholes?
We'll get to the potholes.
What about the schools?
And all the funding rules?
Look, I think we can agree what's more important, so say it with me now.
This gator's gotta go.
But the city has been historically divided.
But we're gonna put that aside so we can be united.
Or help me find my home?
Three sides call off.
North, Cubs.
South, White Sox. West, don't care.
Together. The Bears. Yo, we're gonna get that alligator. And we're gonna get you soon.
I'm the
Now listen, alligator.
I'm an alligator.
You gotta leave our lagoon. Yes, bless my soul, it's downright criminal. You're a bigger freaking headache than Rahm Emanuel.
You guys really hate that guy.
'Cause you're an alligator in the freaking lagoon. Wait a second. What if someone gets hurt?
Yo, you're right.
We gotta get an expert.
To Bob.
To Bob, to Alligator Bob.
To Bob, to Bob, to Alligator Bob. To Bob, to Bob, to Alligator Bob. To Bob, to Bob, to Alligator Bob. To Bob, to Bob, Alligator Bob. To
Bring on Bob. 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 To Bob.
The city of Chicago is a city of big shoulders.
Big shoulders. Ooh, we got big shoulders.
A city of strong people and a city of strong odors.
Strong odors. Ooh, we got strong odors.
A city that can handle a polar vortex, Lollapalooza, and Venice.
Who?
My ex.
Ow!
But we've never faced anything so evil and dark, a large ferocious alligator who's invaded our park. So in an effort to avoid anyone getting hurt, your local alderman is graciously brought in an expert.
I'm pleased to introduce to you from the Chicago Herpetological Society a man who is graciously volunteering his time to capturing this ferocious alligator. The one, the only, Alligator Bob!
Oh, Bob! Go get him, champ!
Tell him how you're gonna catch this alligator, Bob.
Probably with a trap.
Bob is gonna get that alligator.
I'm not dangerous!
Be it their cage or harpoon.
Will anyone listen to me?
Get that alligator.
I wanna go home!
Right out of our lagoon. Yes, bless my soul. We promise Bob will patrol.
And we'll stop until he
Mounts that gator's head up on a pole. You're a sweet alligator. You're gonna leave our love. See you later, alligator. See you later, alligator. See you later, alligator. Leave our freaking lagoon. Ha!
I've lived here all my life. Grew up on Canal. Went to DePaul. I'm just a hometown gal. But I've been thinking maybe of quitting here. 'Cause I've been thinking maybe I don't fit in here. This place is so big, like the Wrigleyville wall. And I'm a flower in the vines, covered up and so small. If only this town would let me confide. But no one listens to me, they just push me aside. Plus the weather is whack, the traffic's misery. I'm afraid that this town ain't for me. If only this town would stop and say hey, and ask me what's up as I go on my day. But it just passes me by like it's unable to see. I'm afraid that this town ain't for me. But if this town gave me more than a glance, accepted me and gave me a chance, acknowledge the work that I've done all along, maybe throw a party at the fountain for me, then maybe at last I would finally belong. But it's not like this town would even attend. I have so many pals, but do I have one real friend? No one would come to my jubilee. I'm afraid that this town ain't for me. If only this town could wish me goodbye, I'll fix this one final problem, then off I fly to find a new home that works for Katie with a D. 'Cause I'm afraid that this town, I think that this town, I know that this town ain't for me.
Hey there, folks. Come on down and see the strangest thing we got in this town. Come be dazzled, be entertained, but don't you worry, he's restrained.
What an oddity, what a celebrity, a true novelty.
And he's ours, you see. Where did he come from? How did he get to this place? None of that matters, 'cause he's our curious case. Why don't you come a little closer now? Why don't you come a little closer now? Why don't you come a little closer now? And see the scariest monster in town. Step right up, this is money well spent. And see the scary city gator, the star of our event. Come and gaze to your satisfaction. Come and gaze at our sideshow attraction.
He's the craziest thing that I ever saw. We're gonna keep him here forever to watch him with all.
We're gonna keep him here, we're gonna put him in the shed. Our children's children will watch him until this gator's dead. Why don't you come a little closer now? Why don't you come a little closer
closer now. Come a little 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 closer now. And see the scariest monster in town.
Hello, everyone. We're so glad to have Hilmi Jaidin here with us. Hello, Hilmi. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Really nice to meet both of you. I hope you two are well as well.
Yeah, we are, and it is so nice to meet you. Hilmi, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. So I'm originally from Southeast Asia. I moved to the UK when I was about 17. I've been writing casually for a long time for musicals. I've always loved musicals, especially the work of Stephen Sondheim. And then a couple of years ago, in 2019, I decided to attempt a career at it, and I made my first step into the industry, as it were. And then about a year later, my first musical was being produced digitally. That's basically it.
Well, I can totally relate. And so tonight you are presenting songs from your musical Shift Alt Right. Can you tell us a little bit about this musical? The story, the plot, and the digital production it had in the past. We are very interested.
Absolutely, yes. So it's a digital musical, and the way it came about was really it all started with one man named Adam Lenson, who is this genius director, producer, who's sort of at the center of the new musical writing community in the UK and in London especially. And he does this regular concert series for new musical writing, which he sort of invited me to be a part of. And then the pandemic hit. So everything was up in the air. It was all sort of like, oh my God, we have no idea what's going to happen. And then Adam and his team, very quickly, they shifted the Signal concert online. And they did this online concert with new musical writing, except it was completely live. So all these writers were coming on and singing live, playing instruments live, and the sound quality was amazing because of the technology they used. And it made me think, if you can present a song in good quality online live, then you can present a musical. So I thought, I'll write a musical. and that's basically how I wrote Shift Alt Right. And it took me about 6 months to write, and then I sent it to Adam, and he produced it. And the story, so it's all completely live. It's all sung. Obviously, you're going to see a recording of it, but it was all sung live. The band was pre-recorded, but Max was singing live to the backing track. And the story is about a gamer who spends most of his time in his bedroom playing video games because he is unhappy and he uses it as a way of escaping into this fantasy world where he's powerful. And the show takes place on the night of his mother's funeral, and he had this very complicated, very coddling relationship with his mother, who sort of treated him like he was a prince. And then that was suddenly taken away when she died. And it's revealed later in one of the songs how she died. And that night where the show takes place, he escapes into his room. He logs on in an attempt to escape from the horrors of the funeral, but that he's not dealing with, easily. But when he logs on, he meets this new player. And this new player, as it turns out, is sort of a misogynistic, alt-right troll who is attempting to gain information on a female YouTuber so that he can dox her. And if you don't know what that means, it's when you do like an online hate campaign against someone in an attempt to hurt them. So it's a very dark musical, but this is the Halloween episode, isn't it? So it is a very dark musical, but it's short. So it's dark, but it's short, and I don't keep people. I don't force people to be miserable for too long. Do you want me to say anything about the songs, or is that enough? Or
I feel good about that. What I'd really like to know is, well, you're originally from Southeast Asia, as you said, and you're currently based in the UK, and we are in the United States, which means you are bringing your work all over the world, which is insane and cool. And I'd love to know if you have any specific plans for projects like Shift Alt Right or any of your other projects.
Yeah. So we were planning another digital musical called Employees Must Wash Hands, which is sort of about complicity and like almost like a musical version of the TV show Superstore. But that's sort of being put on hold because I have another bit of news, which hopefully will be public by the time this episode airs, which is that we're working on my first stage musical, which we're hoping to stage in March. Thank you. Yes, I'm very excited. So again, it's Adam Lenson who will be directing and producing, and that will be a musical set in Southeast Asia. And it's called Cruel, Inhuman, and Degrading because that's just how I roll. And it's sort of about modern day Southeast Asia, and it's sort of like inspired by my life in a way, or like what it was like to grow up in Southeast Asia as a westernized, in a westernized sort of environment, you know, watching Friends and listening to Blur and Oasis and things like that. So keep an eye out. And if that interests anyone at all, then just follow me at Twitter. I'm at Hilmi Jaidin, and I announce everything on there. And say hello, please. Say hello.
Well, we are just about to ask you where can we find your stuff online. So you're on Twitter, and it's congratulations on all the exciting things that's happening to you.
Thank you. Thank you
so
much.
yeah, so are you also on other social media platforms? Are you on TikTok or Instagram? Or do you have your own website as well?
I do have my own website, hilmijaidin.com, which I occasionally update. It's hugely out of date at the moment. But it's mostly on Twitter. I am on Instagram, but I mostly post pictures of ice cream on there. So so I would stick to Twitter. And also follow ALP Musicals, the production company that produces my stuff, Adam Lenson Productions. He also, you know, the Signal concert series is fantastic. And in fact, I'm going to be doing a concert for him at the time of recording, this coming Monday, I'll be making my West End debut. They're doing a concert in the West End with new musical theatre writers. I'll be one of 15 writing teams. I think by the time the episode airs, it'll be available on demand to view. So again, Twitter, I'll tweet about it.
Well, that all sounds wonderful. Congratulations. You have so many balls in the air, so many projects going on. That's so exciting.
Thank
and
you.
For now, let's hop over to your songs that we're going to get to hear tonight.
Hooray, yes.
You need to get out of here. You need to get lost. The house is full of strangers who know your name, and the thoughts they have to offer are all the same. You need to get out of here and lose yourself in a game. Escape from the nightmare that came true. Escape from the plain white cake and the wake you sleepwalked through. 'Cause I don't wanna deal right now. I'm sorry I can't heal right now, but I need to be somewhere else, and I know just what to do. When I hit enter, I'm a soldier by decree. When I hit enter, I'm the leader of our cavalry. And I'm the type of guy I wanna be. When I hit enter, when I hit enter.
100 years have passed, and still the Byzantine soldiers fight to recover the Holy Land from the brutal rule of the Passad occupation. In the city of New Odessa, blood flows like rainwater after a storm. The war rages on and on.
Escape from the death diseases and disappearing planes. Escape from the politicians with high ambitions and big campaigns. 'Cause I don't wanna care right now. I'm barely even there right now, and I'd rather be here crusading. You're gonna see me riding and raiding. 'Cause I hit enter for my armor and my shield. Yeah, I hit enter, and I'm charging through a battlefield. 'Cause I'm the hero who will never yield. When I hit enter, when I hit enter, the world outside your room is all grayed out. We used to know what's right and wrong, but now there's only doubt. And who wants nuance? I just want to be good. The players in this chat room are the only ones who've ever understood. 'Cause I can't be alone right now. I can't be on my own right now. So I'm in. Let's play. I wanna blow the world away. When I hit enter, they can kiss their ass goodbye. So I hit enter, and I'm launching fire through the sky. 'Cause life is simple when it's do or die. And I hit enter. Yeah, yeah, I hit enter. When I hit, when I hit, when I hit, when I hit. Holy shit. Even on her darker days, she was always going around the house, picking things up and putting them back where they belong. She used to say that the only things we can ever really control are inside this house. The pillows go on the couch, the shoes, they go on the rack, and the games go back in the closet. Whatever happened out there she made sure we always had somewhere nice to come back to. My mom was always around. She made everything perfect and pure. My mom was holding our ground and keeping us sound and secure. See, Mom, I understand. The world is a dark, twisted place. Me, Mom, I agree, Mom, but you were its one saving grace. I swear she was superhuman. She was the best kind of mom you could get. They don't give out superhuman. Did I feel lucky? You bet. My mom was beautiful too. She deserved someone worthy and wise. My dad was no dream come true, but no one saw through his disguise. So, Mom, you could have left, but that isn't something you'd do. No, Mom, see below, Mom, you knew we depended on you. So let them all tell us it's weak. Let them all call it pathetic. Let them all scream, 'cause the feminists seem to despise the American dream. It's amusing they're losing their senses over games that they won't even try. And they might picket white picket fences, or they might try to ban apple pie. But a good person stays for the sake of her family. A good person stays for the sake of her son. And a good person stays because only a coward would leave. A good person doesn't go into the pantry to look for the box where your dad keeps the gun, and sit on the living room floor in broad daylight while pressing the barrel against her left temple and... My mom my mom was oftentimes sad. Never asked her what that was about. She'd say, I look like my dad. Is that why she had to get out? Say, Mom, where did you go? I need you to be here somehow. Stay, Mom, one more day, Mom. Life was so simple when I was your son. Hey, Mom, who am I now?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't help you.
You don't know who I am.
I'm gonna hang up now.
You don't know who I am. Every childhood bully who's an asshole at age 10, he deserves a bullet through the eye. He could change his ways and hope to start again. Even then, he deserves to die. Every deadbeat father who insists you call him sir, he deserves to get the chair and fry. And the mom who loved you just the way you were, even her, she deserved to die. Because everyone deserves to die. Everyone deserves to question why. Why do bad guys do bad things? You hear that one a lot. But why ask why? I ask why not? Why not? Every first world leader who's elected on a whim, starting wars but staying woke, I see. And the guy who comes back home without a limb, even him, even he deserves to be destroyed, deleted, and devastated. Humanity deserves to be depleted and then annihilated. All I ever wanted was to love and be loved back, but now I'm gone. I'm gone because everyone deserves to die. Everyone deserves to kneel and cry. Good guys get denied good things, so now the world will see notorious, glorious me. That's me. Hey.
I'm here.
53 Apple Tree Drive.
Thank you, soldier.
Every man is equal, every child and mother too. You deserve to join them all on high. And when all the pain you feel is finally through, even you, even I deserve to die. Everyone deserves to die. Everyone deserves to die.
Those songs were so fun. I had so much fun. How about you?
This was such a great concert. I'm so excited we got to do this one.
Yeah, I'm so happy too. Our next concert will be in mid-December. It's holiday theme, everyone's favorite. Unfortunately, I will not be able to host that in that concert, but we will be getting a guest host for December.
Yes, guest host to be announced. Please follow us on social media at Tin Pan Alley 2. We have an Instagram, we have a Facebook, we have a website. We will be announcing the guest host along with lots of other fun things. So make sure you tune into those social media channels.
Yeah, don't forget to tune in mid-December. We will see you then.
Have a great night.
Have a great night.
Bye.